Weird case of 2025. In January of 2025, a quiet neighborhood in Denver, Colorado, was shaken by one of the strangest cases local police had ever encountered. 32-year-old Mark Ellison, a software developer, was reported missing after failing to show up for work for 4 days. His boss described him as punctual, quiet, and reliable, someone who never missed deadlines and rarely called in sick. At first, friends thought he might have taken a spontaneous trip, but when officers went to his apartment, they discovered something unsettling. His car was still parked outside, his wallet and keys were on the kitchen counter, and his laptop was left open, frozen on a half-written email that simply read, "Something is wrong with me." The message was never sent. Investigators reviewed security footage from the apartment complex. What they saw was chilling. At 2:41 a.m., Mark appeared on camera leaving his apartment wearing a black hoodie and carrying a duffel bag. But just 10 minutes later, at 2:51 a.m., he appeared on a different camera, walking back toward his door. The problem was, when police checked the building's key card system, there was no record of him ever coming back inside. His apartment was still locked from the inside, and no one else had entered. Even stranger, residents in the building claimed to see him at odd hours. One neighbor swore they had spoken to Mark in the elevator 2 days after his disappearance was reported, describing him as quiet, pale, and acting strange. But when police checked the cameras, there was no footage of that encounter. Weeks later, the mystery deepened. On February 14th, hikers in the Rocky Mountain foothills discovered a shallow grave. Inside was the body of Mark Ellison. The coroner's report estimated he'd been dead for at least 3 weeks, long before neighbors claimed to see him alive. DNA analysis revealed something even more disturbing. Samples under Mark's fingernails matched another male with a near-identical genetic profile, like a twin, but Mark had no twin. His parents confirmed they had only one child. Police now face impossible questions. Who was the man on camera that looked exactly like Mark? How could people have spoken to him after his confirmed death? And who did the DNA belong to? A sibling no one knew existed, or something stranger? Despite months of investigation, no suspects were ever identified. The case was eventually labeled unsolved, but among investigators it earned an informal nickname, the Weird Case of 2025. Even today, residents of Mark's building claim they sometimes hear footsteps in the hall late at night, or catch a glimpse of a man in a black hoodie who vanishes before they can get a second look. The Weird Case of 2025 remains one of the most baffling mysteries of the decade. Was it a case of identity theft, a long-lost relative, or something no one can explain? One thing is certain. Mark Ellison's story is a reminder that sometimes the truth is stranger than fiction.